In this video, I will show you how to make 4 types of stud earrings. So you want to take your round 20 gauge wire. This is how to make spiral stud earrings. So first you take one end and you measure 3/8 of an inch with it and then bend it at the 3/8 of an inch mark. And make sure you put your pliers just before the 3/8 of an inch part so it bends properly. So when it bends, it doesn't bend, you don't get too little. Okay, so that's less than 3/8 of an inch. So I need to unbend that and rebend it. Let's see if that's 3/8 of an inch. Yeah, it's pretty close. I can just trim it off. Yeah, if you trim it off, it's much easier. And I got some wires stuck in there. Just move that over there. And then trim. That's 3/8 of an inch. So then you take your round nose pliers and you make a small loop like that. And take your chain nose pliers, squish down that loop so it's as tight as possible. And then start spiraling. And every so often, tighten the spiral up. And you want to do this so that it spirals around itself 4 times. So I believe that's 3 times, so one more time and it should be good. Sorry, my camera keeps moving. So 2, 3, 4, that's good, and cut it off right where it meets the beginning of the spiral. And that's it. Those are your earrings. Oh, and also one more thing. Pull on the stud part of the earring to make it more springy and less flexible. And you can also hammer this part of it, to make it more stiff. And make sure you make these the opposite of each other. And also make sure you sand down the ends of the studs after you're done, or file them, or use a cup burr. This is the second type of stud earring you can make. So first you want to bend the wire at exactly 3/8 of an inch out from the wire, and put your pliers just before that 3/8 of an inch mark, so it bends nice and proper. And check to see if that's 3/8 of an inch, and it is. Okay, so now you bend it like that, like that, and then you bend it again like that. Sorry. And then you bend it again so it makes a tight spiral. And then cut the wire off right there, and there you have an earring. And you want to pull on the end of it to make sure that the stud part is stiff. And you can also hammer it if you want. So to make the other earring, you're going to want to do the same thing but opposite. I'll show you what it's like later. So this is what the other one ended up looking like, and as you can see, they're opposites of each other. This is the third type of stud earring you can make. So first you measure out 3/8 of an inch and bend it at precisely that point. And let me just trim off some of it. Oh yeah. And then you want to make a loop with your round nose pliers. And just keep spiraling it. Until you reach the top, and cut it off and stiffen the ends by using nylon jaw pliers. You can hammer this, and you also have to sand down the end of it so it won't poke anybody. And make sure you make the other one opposite of the first one that you made. For these, you want to hammer the ends so they don't cut anybody. And then for these, you want to file and cut the ends so they don't hurt anybody. So this is what they look like after they've been hammered and filed. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute pair of bow tie earrings. And they're stud earrings. So first we're going to take our 20 gauge brown dead soft wire and make a mark at the 3/8 point. Three-eighths of an inch, I mean. Then you're going to make a spiral 3 times. Take your round nose pliers and make a loop at the part where the wire bends. Then you're going to squish that loop down so it's as tight as possible. Then you're going to spiral around and around the loop you just made and tighten the wire as you go. And you're going to spiral around 3 times. So like that. So now we measure out 3/8 of an inch from this point on the spiral from this point, and that will be one of the sides of our bow tie. Specifically, it will be this side on the bottom. So just measuring that out, and then make a bend right there at the 3/8 point, or right before actually, because the wire moves in such a way that it's necessary to make the bend right before it in order for it to be on it. And try to make the corners as crimped as possible. And then bend the wire at a 45-degree angle from that spot. Actually guys, sorry I messed that up. Actually do 1/2 inch out from where the wire touches the spiral. So 1/2 inch. Like that. And then 1/2 inch again from that first bend that you made, or put your pliers right before it, then bend like that. And then another 1/2 inch from the edge of the spiral. Or actually maybe about 3/4 of an inch. And try and make that corner as neat and tight as possible. So like that. And then, you know the drill, 1/2 an inch again. And bend it like so. Also make sure you sand down the ends or use a file or a cupper when you're done. Make sure you make the other one the opposite of the first one that you made.